some nations does not. Anyways, today for freeing up a nation. And it's getting closer and closer to its birth of a free nation. I don't understand why we had to go to war to free a land, but we still ended up winning our freedom because we wanted it that badly. So we had to go through tactics that the Native Americans of the land showed us what to do. Hide behind the trees, to hide from the animals. So we used that to our advantage, to hide in the trees, to hide from the enemy. You see, England, as we referred to during the Independence War of the United States, was redcoats. The United States of America was bluecoats, or as the British called us, the Yankees. And to this day, they still call. A lot of people don't know that. That's where that term actually originated from. And the reason why that term originated from England to the colonies is because a lot of people didn't know that. And some people still don't know this. They think it originated during the Civil War. No. Yankee originated during the Revolutionary War against England and the United States. And to this day, the whole entire world knows us as Yankees. It's not a racist term. It just means American. The southern states thought it was going to contaminate and confuse the northern states. No. The northern states actually welcomed the song. Because why? It was actually written in the 1600s. Yankee Doodle Dandy. And a lot of people to this day don't like that song because it represents racism. No, it does not. If you listen and finally realize that the terms that we have today was all back from the 1600s. The only term that was not from the 1600s, it was actually from the 1800s. That term needs to be deleted. I'm not going to say its name because it's a racism term and it starts with the letter N as in Nancy. Now you got this new word. Identify a woman or a man. That is actually kind of wrong. Because to identify somebody as such of a name, it not even be that person's name. People has to respect one another. People has to understand one another. And they have to understand the policies of companies. Because a lot of people is going to jail for the, as I have put it, stupidity. If you really think about it, you're trying to argue because in reality, people think that they own companies, but they really truly do not. The ones that owns the companies are the ones who owns the companies. You have zero right to go into somebody's company and just have to argue over what is what. If you don't like the policy of a company, then you shouldn't go into that company. Like, for example, we had a gentleman come in to use the restroom, and I called for a manager to come to the front. And the manager says, "I'm sorry, but the policy says at 8 o'clock the restrooms are closed." Okay. I did not know this. The gentleman said, "Ugh." And then a lady comes out of nowhere with an attitude problem that the gentleman couldn't use the restroom. Like, what do you want me to do about it? I can't argue with policy no more than anybody else here. You know? They could end up losing their job. But then again, a lot of people think, no. It's the employees and managers to hold up the policy of the situation at hand. It's our job to hold up the policy, but the only problem is we might not be able to agree with the policy of the stores, but we have to obey the policy. A lot of people think they can get away with it. A lot of people think they can't. Anyways. Why am I shooting through the wall? I think the game is glitched. It's like when you agree to go online to do something, you have to hit a bunch of I agrees. You have to hit a bunch of other stuff these days. The racism needs to come to an end. It really does. Because it's getting so far out of hand. We went through a civil war over racism. We went to civil war over people who don't understand what's really going on. We fought for our independence against England for the same bloody reason, to free up America, to free up everything that we can get our hands on, so we become a country of our own, dependent of our own. And what happens? It's like the United States forgot what they fought for the war against England for. So we had a civil war. 100 years later, what happened? Another civil rights comes the movement. It's like one right after the other. And now here it is almost 100 years later. We're at it again. Well, having racist comments going on, we've got this going on. Like, really, guys? Has the United States truly forgotten Martin Luther King Jr.? Have they really truly forgotten the Civil War? Why we fought against slavery and why we fought against tyranny? Against racism in this country? This is United States of America. We are an independent nation. We will stay independent for as long as our flags for a great nation. It's the people of the nation itself. If the leaders ain't listening to the people, then the leaders need to be replaced. Period. Re-elected, what do they call it? Impeached, or something. But they do need to understand that the people out here in the nation are struggling, and they need to listen to the people, because that's what America is based on. For the people, by the people, and of the people. That this great nation was built upon. The United States of America is a 100% free nation. And we need to start leading the way. Through the military, through the leaderships, and through the people of how to become 100% free. It is time for the United States of America to wake up and say, hey, look, we are free people. We are freedom. We are greatness. And when somebody tells you they're going to give you your greatness, they cannot give you what you already have. I'm sorry, that's not logical.
Luxury car is available to win. Stop by and have a try at the Lucky Wheel.
This.
Use the photograph I sent you to identify the man.
Okay.
Do you have the codes? Make a swift exit, Capitan. Put some distance between yourself and Casino.
Estoy recargando. ¿Qué te ríes, vale verga? ¡Come mierda! Chúpame la verga. What the fuck am I doing?
I don't know. What are you doing?
You fucking loser!
I know you are, but what am I?
Drop the fucking weapon. You fucking idiot. Oh no, I think Frank's dead. Get some of it! You I shot my buddy! Help! Asshole!
Is that the police after you? Huh, I forgot about them. There's to lose them, I think.
That's incredible! No!
You see, that's not the way. The best thing to do, honestly, and
I will collect it from you when you are next back here.
you just can't do the things you think you can do. I mean, what was the point of trying to argue with somebody when you got store policies?
Come on.
And when the store manager tells you they don't have to serve you, they don't have to serve you. You are literally on private property. It's like being at somebody's house and they tell you to get out and you refuse, then you are considered trespassing. That is what makes people think that this nation is no longer great. Because you want to sit there and argue over policies. Even the United States has a policy. Anybody who is caught as a traitor to this nation, you are looking at a firing squad. That's not healthy. I'm sorry, that's not cool. I don't want to be in front of a firing squad. Nor do I want to be in front of a lecture chair or anything else. I am not a traitor, ladies and gentlemen. I work my butt off for this nation to help keep it free, to help keep it great. Because why? That's what America is about. People who wants to work for a living, trying to make an honest living, and they're being treated like, I don't know, like crap. Even the police officers, a lot of people hate them. Me, I am a police officer supporter because I support the United States military, and as far as I am concerned, the Homeland Security, which is the police departments of the United States of America, Department of Justice, if you would, that right there is what I'm a supporter of. Is the United States federal government, because the people is part of the federal government. They are linked. And the United States has forgotten this. They've forgotten that the people of this great nation is linked to the military, is linked to the federal government. That's why we go to war. If you really truly think about why did we go to war against the Middle East again? They bombed buildings and hurt innocent people. We're not over there for the oil. We're over there to help and save those nations from their tyranny. And that's what America is about. Freedom from tyranny. Freedom of speech. Freedom to do what you want to do in your own land security system. To help you, to help us, to gain allies. And the Russians are getting scared because NATO is the biggest ally front in the world, and everybody is getting afraid of it. Me, in reality, and I hate to say this, but if I was a leader of a nation that don't want nothing to do with the United States, but I see that the allied forces are gaining popularity and that the United States has the biggest allied nations, in reality, I would actually join the United States allied forces because why? I might be a small little nation, or I might be a great big nation, but I do not want to go up against a war that has the same equal people, or more, or 10 times more than what I have in my little nation. No. I would rather join up with NATO and say to hell with it. That's just me. If I had a nation of my own. And I don't. Because why? I live in the United States of America and I am proud to be an American. I am 100% proud to be who I am. And people who thinks they have the right to judge other people, you don't. We are independent. We, the people of a great nation, has built this nation from the ground up. Look at this. This is what we did. We built these cities in this great land. The Native Americans that lives here in this country, we all have to do our part of keeping this nation free. Because one day, God forbids, but if one day it comes to pass and the United States ends up getting invaded, everybody who loves this nation will pick up guns to fight. That is what makes a true patriot. That is what makes a nation great. You have to be what we all want to become. We fight for our right to be free. And we will continuously fight to be free. But if I was Putin, I will cut my losses and get out of Ukraine.
It worked.
Because Ukraine,
Location of the archive.
even though it's a small nation, they want their nation to be free from Russia. And they are showing that. And the people around the world is telling Russia that we see Ukraine as a free nation. Because Putin is literally and utterly making it look like he doesn't know how to lead a country. And I'm saying that by just saying it. But the people of Russia, the people of Russia is what makes Russia great. Just like the people of the United States makes the people great. Just like the people of England makes England great. Because it's based on the people. Every nation is based on its people. Not the leadership, the people. Because the people makes up the leaderships. The people makes up the greatness of the nations.
There will be CCTV here as well.
You just have to understand it.
The tool you are looking for will be the size of a credit card. Look for something with antennae.
I'm just talking to be talking. But anyways, if I don't make any other videos,
My friend, I strongly suggest you do not wait around.
it's just things need to come to an end. People need to understand how people feels and respect the feelings of others. Instead of trying to argue their point across to make, to make it seem like they are right, when in reality, they are wrong. Because reality is, nobody is right. And nobody is wrong. You can argue the point against policy all day long. But at the end of the day, you will lose against policy. And that's what everybody needs to understand. People just needs to wake up and to understand. Like right here, for example. Oh, they didn't say nothing. Okay.
In our line of work, it pays to look ahead, Captain. To think of how we can and equipment once we are finished. No loose ends. Mr. Rubio takes hold of loose end. He will strangle him with it, yes?
Ladies and gentlemen, I hope everybody enjoys Independence Day today, tomorrow, the next day, or what have you. I'm going to sign off. I think I rounded off too much, or, talked too much on this one about Independence Day and how I feel about racism and the Civil War sort of never happened. But United States won its independence from England, and therefore United States will always keep its Independence Day. And I just hope that the people of the United States will wake up one day and say, we are a free nation. We are a great nation because the people makes it great. Because we, the people, are the people of this free nation. For the people, by the people, and of the people. This is Digmon74, and I hope y'all have a safe 4th of July. If I don't make any videos by then, this is part 1 of many more videos to come for Independence Day. So hopefully, and honestly, be safe. And I'll catch you later.